jobs are not what they used to be. The average time an employee spends with their company is now at the lowest level ever, and that's by design. We have gone from full-time to part-time to casual to gig work, lowering the expectation of a long-term professional relationship every step of the way. If this didn't do enough, studies have shown that many workplaces are now intentionally promoting the fear of job losses in an attempt to motivate workers and keep costs down.
Which is absolutely insane. All right, listen. So we finna start doing something on the channel, all right? We finna start doing a formal, question of the day. I don't know if I could call it question of the day because, I drop 2 videos a day, Monday through Friday. But regardless, I'm going to call it question of the day. So the question of this video, at least, is job security actually dead? And I need y'all to drop y'all thoughts about this in the comments below. Y'all know I respond to every comment because the whole purpose of the platform is not for me to get on here lecturing y'all. I'm 24 years old. It's a lot of things that I'm naive to. I don't know everything. So I'm depending on y'all to tap in and give y'all thoughts so that we can get educated as a collective. Like I said, the question is job security actually dead? And I have another question. I want to pose a hypothetical situation to y'all. I'm 24, right? Let's say I was super worried about job security. Like that was my number one priority, was not necessarily super high pay, but just to get in a stable job that would help me to be able to sustain myself without having to worry about a layoff, without having to worry about any of the complications that come surrounding this job security issue. What profession would y'all recommend that I get into? Like if even taking it away from me, anybody in your life that's a younger person that is worried about job security, that doesn't want to have to be subjected to the volatility, if that's a word, of the job market right now, where would you recommend they go right now? Just as just general thoughts on the topic, do I believe that job security is dead? Yes, but it comes with a caveat. I have a little bit of a extra thought to throw in there, which is that now that we're starting to have these conversations online, right? This job security conversation and layoffs, this isn't brand new. This hasn't just started happening, right? It's been happening since right after the pandemic, right? So the question that I'm posing to everybody is, although, yes, we may say that job security is dead, how far can we go holding employers accountable when, realistically, we kind of know the game at this point. Like we know what's happening, especially if you're a younger person, like in my demographic, in Gen Z, where especially just coming out of college, or if you're going into college or coming out of high school, where we have, a little bit of a time buffer in front of us to be able to observe the markets and see what's going on. At some point, and I'm almost starting to play devil's advocate a little bit here, but at some point, you do have to take personal accountability for your financial situation and your situation regarding jobs. Good and well that if you're getting a computer science degree and you're going to work in tech, you should not have all of your eggs in one basket with a company. Going into work every day, or rather logging into work every day if you work from home, expecting the company to have your back and to have some kind of loyalty to you, when you've seen the news headlines. You know how rampant tech layoffs are, how bad it was late 2023 and early 2024. And although, yes, it's bad, I'm definitely not downplaying the severity of the issue. At what point do we take matters into our own hands? Personally, I've already kind of gotten there, and I'm not even in a job that I have to worry about job security. I have a government job that gives me free housing. But still, in the video that I made a couple of days ago talking about the mindset that Gen Z has around jobs, right? A lot of people hopped in the comment section of that video saying that they wholeheartedly agreed that you should not be necessarily giving your all to your employer, in that you should not be having undying loyalty to your job. I made an analogy in the video. It was kind of funny, but it was true, which was that if I can sit inside of a house and look outside of the window and see people getting bashed over the head over and over again, why would I then walk outside knowing what I've seen? Why would I then walk outside without a helmet if everybody is getting hit over the head? And I say that to say we have to be putting systems in place in our own life to protect us from being subjected to the volatile job market, and how you go about that is simply just like I preach in almost every video, simply being intentional about your spending habits, about your saving habits on a day-to-day basis. I just did a video about the car market potentially crashing next year, and in the video, like how all of these things are linked together is that we get so caught up in the emotional aspect of just life in general, of the way that we move, the moves that we make, what we decide to spend our money on, what we decide to prioritize, that a lot of the time we lose sight of what the mission really is. We lose sight of, we lose a little bit of foresight, right? And the purpose of getting the money is not just to get the money, just to flex. The purpose of getting the money, I don't know about y'all, but for me, the purpose of getting the money is to put some away so that I can first get my own mind out of survival mode so that I can focus on thriving and innovating and creating future businesses so that in the future, I can set my family up for success and my family won't, have to be dependent on any kind of government assistance. They won't need Social Security. They won't need any kind of Medicare, Obamacare. I want me and my people to be good. Yeah. I want me and my people to be good on the money side, because having to worry about money at times within your household, it can turn you into somebody that you don't want to be, or it can turn you into a version of yourself that isn't as loving and prioritizing your family the way that you should be. And because I know family is the single most important thing for me, I'm always going to be intentional with my money, because it's bigger than just getting the money, right? Now, bringing it all the way back to this job security conversation, you have to figure out what your why is. My why is family, right? For setting up my future generations for success. You have to figure out what your why is and then reverse engineer your life to align with that. One of my dream cars since I was a kid, and a lot of y'all probably can relate to this depending on how old you are, since I watched Transformers, was a Camaro, right? A Chevy Camaro, because that was Bumblebee, and Bumblebee was the coolest Transformer back in the day. If you didn't like Optimus Prime, you was rocking with Bumblebee, right? I'm in a position now, straight up, I'm being straight up with y'all. I'm in a position right now financially where I could go get a Camaro SS, which is specifically the one that I want. But I also know that, thinking back to what I just said about how important my family and my future generations are to me, I also know that all of the money that I have sitting in my bank account that will go in that Camaro SS can go to my education in helping me scale this YouTube channel that I just launched last week, and can go into the marketing and development of the products that I plan on launching beside this YouTube channel going forward in the future, in the next coming months and coming years and so forth, right? I'm building up the revenue stream first before I start getting out here tricking off on liabilities, and all of this goes back to being intentional with the money. I'm taking the money from my job. I already put up a healthy amount, a very healthy amount for my emergency fund. Now all of my money is going into a business bank account so that once I decide to start launching these products, if I ever decide that I want to pay somebody for influencer marketing or try to get a guest on the channel to do an interview, I'll have the money for it, and all of that is going to compound on top of each other. And in a couple of years, I'll be able to go get the Camaro SS without having to worry about it at all, right? And all of it comes back down to delaying your gratification. That is the single most important skill that we have to learn. How does this all relate back to the job security conversation? At this point, y'all are matrix aware. All of us know, me and everybody watching this video, y'all know how volatile the job market is. why do you not have a healthy 3 to 6 months emergency fund? Why are you going to brunch and going to the club and you don't have your emergency fund on point so that if you lose your job tomorrow, you'll be good. You'll be able to survive until, 3 to 6 months down the road when you land your next position. Because what you also don't want to do is get laid off and then start shotgun applying to every job out here, not properly vetting the companies. That's an even worse position to put yourself in. So I say all of this to say, yes, we're having the job security conversation, but I do genuinely want to challenge y'all to take as much personal accountability in the situation as you possibly can. I'm gonna go ahead and let the video rock out a little bit longer, see if there's any more value we can extract out of this.
But this is usually a really dumb idea. The death of job security is bad for workers and bad for companies. But nobody cares anymore.
To that point, there also was a conversation that was happening a little bit earlier this year with Amazon, where Amazon was like completely eliminating remote work, and it was supposed to be like an initiative that would get a lot of people to quit, right? So the conversation goes way beyond just layoffs, right? It's way deeper than that. But like I said, I do want you guys to comment in the comment section and let me know if you guys have had any experiences like this.
So we have immediately seen, Andrew, layoffs. We have seen price increases, so that's inflation.
Teachers and staff at schools from coast to coast could soon be out of the job.
15 million new jobs in just 3.
I'm not too privy to everything going on with teachers. If you guys know anything about that, drop that in the comments down below as well.
3 years, a record.
Mr. Musk said the company would look to reduce headcount by around 10%.
The layoffs are already piling up this year, and we're just a few weeks into 2024.
Yeah, it's getting a little crazy out here, y'all. It's getting a little crazy. But as always, I'm never going to encourage y'all to live in a victim mentality. There is always measures we can take to protect ourselves. We have to be making sure that we're properly executing and that we have a plan for ourselves at all times. So once again, y'all drop y'all thoughts about this down in the comments below. I would love to read or love to get y'all thoughts. I respond to every single comment because I always want to have a genuine conversation with you guys about these topics.